All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 751. I'm your host, GPD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who hopefully has a lot to say about this Microsoft conference today, because I don't think I do. Wombat.
I mean, a lot is a relative term.
Sure, everything's relative.
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot could
Hot
be
takes.
someone else's. Yeah.
You're guaranteeing hot takes, is what you're saying.
Oh, my takes are going to be so hot, you're going to need oven mitts just to listen to this.
Microsoft is going out of business, basically.
They are. Yeah, I heard that they already lost the console wars for the next 15 years.
They lost it again?
Yep.
Just from today's conference?
Just from today's conference. They're big losers.
It's rough out there.
Hey, you know.
Things move fast with social media.
Mm-hmm.
You can just have anyway. How's everybody doing? We had a week off.
Yes.
Anyone have any big updates?
I'm not coughing anymore.
That's a big plus.
Yeah, I was still coughing last week, which was one of the reasons why I thought we should take a week off. And
okay. I forgot about that. That's a good reason.
Yeah, so it seems to have finally, it only took 6 weeks for the cough to go away.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of coughing.
It was a lot of coughing. I went through so many bags of cough drops.
They don't do anything.
What's your go-to there? What do you got there? Some Ludens?
I went with Ricolas.
Ricola, I think it's pronounced.
Ricola.
I remember from the song.
Mm-hmm. Some classic.
Isn't that just sugar,
flavor.
though? Or aren't you just eating sugar? Like, it's not really doing anything.
Pretty much. And also, some cough medicine. Lots of the Mucinex nighttime that was the stuff. Let me tell you.
Yeah, it sounds like it really knocked it right out of you.
Pretty much 6 weeks. 6 weeks.
Yikes. That's bad.
I know. It is bad, but I'm feeling much better now. So, yeah, here we are doing a show.
Try not to breathe so much around people. Only exhale. You're inhaling in the wrong places, it sounds like.
Right. You want to wait to. It's like that Whitney Houston movie in reverse.
Yes.
Got to be like a
waiting to inhale.
And also the sequel, don't touch anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wash your hands. That was the third one.
It's amazing that I got sick considering that I never leave my house. So it's like, how does that happen? I mean, I know how it happened. It's from my children.
Lick your dog's asshole again.
No, I don't. No. Do both dogs sleep on top of me every night? Yes.
So inadvertently, you lick the dog's asshole again.
I mean, crazy. No.
You don't know what's going on there while you're sleeping.
It's every night I crawl into bed and the dogs are on my wife's side of the bed and it's fine. And I'm like, this is going to be perfect. Yeah. I have all the room I need and it's going to be great. And then somewhere after I'm actually dead asleep, that's when the dogs, I think, have a conversation and they're like, oh, now's the time. And the little dog climbs up and curls on top of my head.
Right. And
the big dog curls up and climbs on top of my feet. And then I wake up at some point and I'm all scrunched together because I guess my body knows that there are dogs. And I'm like, why do my shoulders hurt? Why do my knees hurt?
And why is there a dog's asshole in my mouth?
Exactly. And why is there 85 pounds of dog on top of me?
They know that's where the heat's coming from.
Serious. That's what my wife says. They say they just know you're warm.
Right. So,
I got another cat since the last episode. How many cats did I have last episode?
Did you have 1 or 2?
Oh gosh, no. I had at least 4.
Oh my goodness.
I've got 5 now.
What is the new cat's name?
Marbles.
iPod 4?
Marbles.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait, marbles or like Marvels?
Marbles.
Like Marvel's Katie.
With a B.
Oh, I think Marvels would be good. Like Marvel's cat. Too late for that though.
No. I don't think the cat knows whether I'm saying marvels or marbles because you can't tell. So
I couldn't tell. Is the cat's name Marbles because you like to throw it against the wall?
I don't think so. I don't know why. The cat came. I don't know.
Although there is a marble called a cat's eye, so I guess there's some.
If there's one guy I go to for marble facts, it would be you.
Right.
Now, how is this cat? Is it a nice cat?
Does it have all its eyes?
It's got all of its parts.
Nice.
Which is why I'm not quite sure how it came to live here.
As I say, don't you usually only go with 3-legged or less?
It shits everywhere though. It has all of its parts, but it just can't stop shitting.
It seems like a completely normal cat. It's not our go-to. So
who is the cat taken to? Who's the cat's familiar, as they would?
It's me. All the cats take to me.
Nice.
Why? Is it the red hair and the beard, or that you feed them?
Well, I do feed them. I do feed them. I don't know. I sit still and play video games. Like everybody else fidgets a little bit in my house. I'm much more able to just like be calm and still.
And give good pets.
And then some of my cats, well, one of my cats likes beer. So that's also a factor.
Nice. So you're the alpha of your house. Alpha cat.
I am. That's what I call myself.
Alpha cat.
That's what they called him in high school.
Mm-hmm. That was his nickname on the basketball team.
What was your nickname on the basketball team?
We didn't really give out anybody's nicknames.
Nothing?
Basketball. No, we didn't sit down during basketball practice and come up with nicknames for.
Then what did they paint on the side of your helmet?
We also didn't wear helmets when we played basketball.
It wasn't in the special school. They didn't call you, like, what they refer to you as? Good? Just like good? It's hard to say. That's such a common word. People, it sounds like it'd be awkward to be hearing that all the time.
Raj. That was
okay.
That was my nickname.
That was your nickname. Okay, so there's the answer.
Sure.
We got
it wasn't like Ace or Shooter or anything.
White Shadow?
Yeah.
I like White Shadow. That was a good show.
White Lightning? That could be good.
Mm-hmm.
Good nickname.
Mm-hmm.
Or Red Lightning.
Is that what you guys thought about sports teams? That we just sat around and like came up with nicknames for each other?
Why else would you join one?
And you whip each other with the towels in the locker room.
Yeah.
Well, that did happen.
Yeah,
yes.
Of course.
That is a definite there. But
we did that in summer camp. That was like a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
You make weapons like.
Oh yeah, that hurt.
Fuck yeah! You draw blood. You're like, oops.
Oh yeah.
All this talk about sports remind me of something I didn't add to the outline.
Sports?
No.
Did you used to cut up the towel on the end to make it extra nasty?
No, but you would wet the end.
Yes. The wetting plus the cutting.
Just the wetting of just the tip.
Yes. The wetting of just the tip, and then you cut the tip like that, like frill it, and then you can start going through objects with that, like skin, which we did in camp.
Yeah, that's really. I love the fact that we made each other bleed and have welts all over.
I love that, like, they didn't seem to really stop us from doing it. I mean, eventually when they started seeing people bleeding, I think we weren't allowed to cut them up anymore, or maybe not allowed to wet them, but still you were allowed to do it. That's the 80s.
The 80s are a different time.
80s don't give a shit.
Mm-mm.
Since we last did a show, I won another one of these bad boys. Well, I didn't. The second place.
Is that a number 2?
Yeah,
is that a number 2
it's
trophy?
another fucking number 2, but it's not that great. It's under 1,500. It's mids, but
well, congrats.
I mean, I'd say congratulations, but I don't know if you deserve it.
I did deserve it. It's hard to win one of those. Ty won 2 trophies this time in lower divisions, and he's very excited because his rating went up a lot.
How do you win 2 trophies? How's that come?
You can play in multiple divisions, so there's probably like 7 different brackets that day. It's all based on your rating, right? So like under 2,300, that would be like, 2,300 is a high rating. So anybody who's under 2,300 could play that. Then there's under 1,800 or under 1,500, and the lower the number, the worse the quality of the player. So like I can't play in an under 800 because I'm 14 something. Make sense? So you can play in as many as you want, as long as you can have the energy to make it through. But you can still. So is he gonna like test out of that lower one the next time? That's exactly what happened. So his rating went up like a lot, and he's too high to play in one of those lower ones now, or maybe 2 of the lower ones, both of them perhaps. Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
I like how you've stated a nice plateau where you can just get that second place trophy and not have to move up.
No, I have to move up, and it's just this one guy who beats me basically, and it's another bald white guy, another middle-aged bald white guy. I don't know why, but it's good. It's all good. And I'm getting a lot of group lessons together for the club, which is good. I'm coordinating with the community as one does, and I'm giving out the group lessons to help out. So like I'm I'm helping 9-year-olds learn how to play table tennis, which is fun.
Good.
rewarding. And that's what's going on.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I think so.
I think so too. Are we moving on?
Sure.
All right. Do we want to show feedback?
Why not?
Okay, it's been a while, but I just wanted to bring this up because Meso had to say thanks for the discussion on Cheapy's urology appointment. As a man in your age range, it has been something I've worried about, but hearing your down to earth discussion was hilarious and comforting. And don't worry about being a pussy. What you did proves you're not that much of a pussy. So
not that much. That's
not
good.
that much.
Right.
How you feeling? Things good?
Yeah, everything's fine. Why wouldn't?
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just checking.
Yeah.
It's been a while. People want to know.
Yeah, everything's fine, of course. But we have to give a shout out to Eddie. Poor Eddie, CAGcast fan Eddie, literally crashed his car listening to that urology story. Totaled his car when he passed out while driving, and crashed his car. And he's not hurt.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that
while driving.
Definitely, I don't know if that was the first time that's happened to Eddie or anybody. But yeah, if I'm listening to the radio and I hear something that starts to sound gross, I always change the channel. And especially since I'm listening to Howard Stern a lot, like starts to talk about stuff that's too medical or too disgusting, I change the channel right away to avoid being in that position. But we got to give a shout out to Eddie, who suffered for our art. His poor car. Eddie. He's fine though. That's the important.
As long as he's okay.
His insurance is not fine, but he's fine.
He's okay. Well, And Big Busy had to say, Wombat, please stop saying Alexa during the show. Love you guys. Yes. All I say is Alexa, turn on the lights. I don't see why that's such a big deal.
I saw that joke coming when I first saw you put that on the page. It's like, he's just going to fucking annoy people more with that. And that's what happened.
That is exactly what's going to happen. We all know. I'm very transparent.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Anyway, great job. Big Busy. Please keep listening despite that, or don't. It's okay. You don't have to.
It doesn't matter.
Should we do Watch This, Jerks?
Sure. You know what I finally got around to watching?
Jerks.
Top Gun 2 Maverick. Top Gun Maverick, I think it's just called. I don't think there's a 2 actually in the title, but that second Top Gun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you what it's about, and you're going to call me a liar. What do you know about this movie?
Nothing.
I'm still going to watch it, so don't completely spoil it.
I don't even want to hear.
I'm not going to spoil it.
Yeah. But I'm going to spoil it in my own way.
No, right. I'm going to say that they're pilots, and they need to get ready to fly in a small trench to drop a bomb at a hole that's only 4 meters wide so they could destroy the large indestructible enemy base that's only penetrable from this 4 meter wide vent.
Yeah, I think I heard somebody else mention something like that.
So
sounds
I don't know.
Vaguely familiar.
I don't know if you've ever seen a movie. I don't know if you've ever watched a movie where that was sort of like the main plot point.
Right. Well, it worked for them.
Yeah. It just made me laugh out loud. There is more to it than that.
It worked for them twice.
Yeah, exactly. It did.
It was so good. They did twice, maybe 3 times by the time they got through all.
People missed it. Movies. People missed it in the second movie. They didn't even recognize it as a Star Wars movie.
It was. I mean, because I don't want to give too much away, but there is a point where they even show like the computer simulation of what the run should look like,
right.
And I'm like, come on, they had to be self-aware of what they were doing. And I want to believe that it's some sort of like meta take on like they knew what they were doing. And this is sort of like an intentional thing. I recommend the movie. I did like it. That's not the whole movie, but it's a part. It's like a big part of it. Yeah.
Did you like the part where Tom Cruise turned off his targeting computer and relied only on Scientology?
Okay. I would say that something like that doesn't happen. But something like that totally happens.
All right.
Yes. That. Yep.
I like this movie. I want to see this more now.
I know. I didn't know this either.
I was already sold on this movie, but.
Does he talk to ghosts in the movie?
I'm not going to say much more than that.
So that's a yes, he does.
The only other thing with this movie, the thing that drove me nuts, because they never explain it. So
the
Jennifer
robots, the talking robots, was too much, right?
Yeah, the talking robots, and the guy who I don't understand that guy half the time. No. So Jennifer Connelly plays, the love interest in this. That's not a spoiler. She's the only woman in the movie. But she inexplicably, she owns this dive bar, and inexplicably she goes to pick him up later, and she's driving a Porsche.
Okay.
And then they go for a sail in her sailboat, which is easily a $1 million sailboat. And they never quite explain where does the woman who owns the dive bar on an Air Force
They probably
base
cut
lot,
that scene out where they explain how she's got money.
Yeah,
did you need a loan scene in this one? Is that what you needed?
I just did she win the lottery? Did she inherit it? Did she, we know that she's divorced, but they could have thrown in a line. Yeah, that divorce is finally final, and I got everything. I don't something.
I look forward to checking that part out specifically.
Yeah. You know what? Because it's a little weird because she's in this dive bar and she's trying to make money and she's wiping the tables,
right.
And then it's cut to $1 million sailboat.
Maybe she's just passionate about alcohol. She wants to serve and serving.
Poor.
Yeah,
maybe she's sailboat poor.
She spends all the money on the boat.
She spent all her money on the boat
and the car.
And the car.
And the dive bar. And the jet fighter. She doesn't fly the jets, right?
No, she doesn't fly the jets.
Okay.
Yeah.
She just runs the jet fighter bar.
She runs the jet fighter. She runs the pilot bar. She drives a Porsche, and she has a sailboat. And I'm not going to say I'm an expert on sailboats, but
but I'm an expert on sailboats.
But I know a sailboat when I see one, and it's like a competition racer sailboat. Those things are easily $1 million. I'm like, where did that come from?
It's probably sponsored. It's probably a product placement.
It might be
from Boatco.
No,
this is not an Adam Sandler movie.
No, nope. Very strange. Anyway, but I it's not bad. Shipwreck, you should watch it.
I will. It's on my watch list.
If the worst thing in the movie is where did Jennifer Connelly get that boat, it can't be that bad.
I watched The Menu since the last time.
Oh, what'd you think of The Menu?
It was quite good.
It is a good movie.
It is.
Mm-hmm. I can't say anything about it.
That's it.
Yeah,
it's not fine, light entertainment with some violence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you can't, as Cheapy says about every movie, you can't think about it too much. You just got to get through it and go all right, well,
there's not that much.
They had some themes going here, and then some other stuff was just we needed to make a movie, so we're just gonna kind of
mix these themes together in a pot.
Yeah,
and then
you got the idea,
right? They'll think about it the next time they're in a restaurant, maybe about being nicer to the waiter, or not. I made Ty watch Back to School, starring Rodney Dangerfield.
Is that what BTS of the outline is?
No. That is the Korean band.
Okay.
I watched their story, which is more likely. That movie, Ty enjoyed the movie, first of all. It is still very funny today. Mm-hmm. Rodney is just funny standing still in a room. Just not even saying anything. Just the way he stands and just sort of bounces around, a small bounce. Nothing too big. It's just hilarious. So it's great to see Ty enjoyed seeing Iron Man, a very young Iron Man in the movie.
Oh, Robert Downey Jr., yes, with the purple hair.
With
blue, purple, whatever.
Do you remember his name?
I don't.
I'm surprised. You know everything.
I know. I'm wait, nope, I don't.
Derek Lutz.
Peter.
Lutz.
Yeah, and he wears the most ridiculous clothes in every scene. It's completely
he dresses
different.
like Prince.
But changes type. His whole style changes from scene to scene. Sometimes just like Prince. Sometimes I don't know. It's very weird. He's wearing a suit. Anyway, it was funny. We enjoyed it, and I made him.
How did that come to be?
It's on HBO Max. It's on HBO Max with all these other '80s movies, and I don't know.
I get served up. Yeah, my TV just thinks I want to watch nothing but 80s block,
and it's right.
It's
mostly right.
We think you'd like this movie. I'm yeah, I've seen it. Good. Show me
I'd
something I
like
haven't
to
seen.
tame your
I've seen,
shrew.
I've seen every movie that came out in the 80s. Yes, keep going. Let's try. Try to find one.
It's Back to School is just really well done. Like it's got
I
a nice
dedicate this
message. It's
building
funny
to me.
and Rodney's just hilarious in it. He's so funny. Anyway,
Shakespeare for everyone.
right? You're not good at it.
I know. I met him once.
You're doing a disservice to his memory.
I know. I met him once. He was nice.
He was?
Yeah, he was dying. He was very old
Oh.
at the agency 20 years ago.
Oh man.
Towards the end, but he was nice.
Good.
You know, the one time I met him.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Did he show you his balls? Apparently that's a thing that he does.
Yeah, no, he did not.
He's like everywhere in a bathrobe and just nothing underneath, and his balls just always come out. That's a thing. Look it up on YouTube.
That's okay. I'll take your word.
I mean, you're not going to see his balls. You're going to just hear people telling stories about his balls. What other movies have you guys seen?
I was catching up on some stuff. So I watched Prey finally. Those of you watched that?
The Predator movie.
Yeah.
That's a quality film.
That's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's crisp. It's like probably just short of an hour and a half, somewhere in that time frame.
So key.
Right. Didn't have to think about themes too much there either.
Right. Just that women can kill too.
Mm-hmm.
That's the theme. Theme is women are good at killing too.
Yeah.
Just give them a chance and they will kill just as good as the guys.
Then I watched Lost City.
I don't know
Is that the Channing Tatum, Sandra Bullock?
Yes, the Channing Tatum, Sandra Bullock comedy romance action film, like Indiana Jones style.
Does it have any of those things?
Good?
No, it's not very good. Like there's parts of it that are good.
Okay.
Like Brad Pitt's in this movie. He's quite good in the movie. Daniel Radcliffe is in the movie. He's quite good in the movie.
He's good in everything.
He is. Like both of those are good in everything, right? Like you're never like watching Brad Pitt or Daniel Radcliffe and going like, I think they should have replaced this person and put somebody else in. Like they're just enjoyable in every scene they're in. But the scenes with just Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock, there's not a whole lot of going on. Like there's
Do they
not
have
enough.
like zero chemistry? I could see them not having any chemistry.
They have a little bit of chemistry because honestly, I think everybody has chemistry with Sandra Bullock. Like that's just she pulls it out of them, right? Like, I don't know. It's a movie that was made that had some very high profile actors in it, and
I've never even heard of it. Good.
I think it was a Amazon movie, maybe Amazon.
No,
Prime
it's
movie?
is it Paramount Plus first?
Maybe
it may be on
Netflix?
Amazon now. It was never
We'll
on
never
Netflix.
know.
Yeah,
It's impossible to know.
Yeah,
doesn't matter. It's on streaming.
What else?
I watched Jagged.
What's that?
That's the Alanis Morissette documentary.
Oh, okay. Is that the one that's on HBO Max?
It is the one that's on HBO Max.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that one. That's a good one.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just all about Jagged Little Pill era.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit before that, like when she was doing the Canadian.
It's got a lot of
stuff,
Taylor Hawkins in that.
It does.
The late great Taylor Hawkins is in that. It actually is very interesting. You know, that whole, because I've seen a couple of documentaries where the backup band sort of gets very close to the lead singer, and then at one point the lead singer's like, yeah, but it's me, not you, so adios. I mean, that happened in Billy Joel did that to his band, and the bassist wound up killing himself after he fired his original band. And yeah, exactly. Springsteen did that to the E Street Band. That's why Max Weinberg, I listened to a thing with Max Weinberg the other day. He was so desperate for work that before he had his interview to be on Conan O'Brien, he threw up in the bathroom because he was just so nervous and he knew he needed the job so bad.
Oh, but whatever. Who hasn't done that?
He just could, but he couldn't let them know that he was so desperate for work. So, yeah, I don't know. Interesting stuff. Music industry's tough. Did you know that?
Everything's tough.
Yeah.
Everything's tough.
Yeah. That pretty good album, Jagged Little Pill.
It is a good album.
I don't know if you know that, but
we both saw that tour, right? The Jagged Little Pill.
I saw it twice. I saw it when the first time it came through in a club setting, So a very small club. That must have been like from that movie. That must have been like their first trip from the West Coast to the East Coast. And then I saw it when it came back to the larger venues as well. Like they were on tour for like 18 months or something on that album, I think, because they kept on putting a new single out every 3 weeks.
That was a good album. Anyway,
I want to hear about the Bad Velma TV show.
I watched the Bad Velma TV show. The problem with that show
is that it's racist.
It's not even that. It's
not racist.
Not racist enough.
Yeah. Maybe it just is. It's not like it's just. I think a lot of the criticism is a little overboard, to be honest. Like the reasons why people don't like it. Oh, Shaggy never looked like this, and oh, Scooby-Doo is a sacred show. No, that's not the problem with it, really. The problem with it really is just it doesn't feel like it's doing anything new. It's not particularly funny. I saw one, I don't even know who it was. Someone said that if they had leaned more into making it more of a horror mystery show, because the animation style actually is pretty cool. If they had kind of leaned into that and tried to stay away from the, oh, look, we made Velma say fuck kind of humor, it might have actually been a much stronger show. Like Scream, but with the Scooby Gang and animated, I think is a pitch that I'm interested in.
Wait, is the Scooby Gang in it, or is it just her?
It's Velma, Daphne, Fred, and Shaggy, but Shaggy goes by Norval.
Why?
And he's voiced, but he's not like a stoner yet, I guess. He's like an A student.
Oh, and like season 2, if it doesn't get canceled, maybe?
I guess. He's voiced by Sam Richardson, which, I like him a lot.
Where's the dog, though?
There is no dog.
Well, then who cares? You gotta have the dog. Dog's the heart.
Mm-hmm. As Licensed to Chill TV says in the chat, who is this show for? That's the problem. It's not really for anybody. Like, I don't know. Is it the worst Scooby-Doo thing? Maybe not. For me, for my dollar, the worst Scooby-Doo thing is the one with the Mexican orphan and the box of ghosts with Vincent Price's head in it. That might be that I think is the worst Scooby-Doo. Remember that one?
Yeah, people say, who are these shows for? And then I see on this list, you also have that 90s show and Night Court. And I'm wondering the same question about those. Because I saw the trailer for Night Court, like as an Instagram ad, just like scrolling through. And I was like, is that John Larroquette's ghost? What is happening? And sure enough, like it's fucking, they're making a go of Night Court. Like just, why? Like really?
We talked about it last episode.
I know, but I couldn't.
Because it hadn't premiered yet, and I said I was going to watch it, and I'm a man of my word.
Yeah, seeing just the commercial triggered me.
It's again, as that same person Licensed to Chill said in the chat, it has more heart and passion than Velma does. There's people who made these shows that care about what they're making, and it doesn't try to be any more than what it is. It's, oh, here's Night Court, and we're going to make more of that. Is Night Court problem free? No, it's not problem free.
Did they have a tall bailiff? Super tall, weird looking bailiff?
No, they have an African American woman bailiff.
Oh, well, they had that before.
Yes, they did. So, I mean, the cast is fine. You have John Larroquette. You have, what's her name from Big Bang Theory? Not Melissa Rauch. That's who it is. And it's cute enough. She's the daughter of Judge Harry Stone. She's Harry Stone's daughter. We don't really know who her mom was yet. They haven't said.
Oh, boy.
Roz.
Fingers crossed.
Gotta be Roz.
They haven't said if it's Christine.
It's bull.
Well, it's sort of weird because in every episode, John Larroquette and Judge Stone, like they have conversations about, when I worked with Harry and when I worked with your father and I were so close and I learned a lot from him. Yeah. And she's like, I learned a lot from him too, blah, blah, blah. This is the lesson. I'm like, and there's that, I saw it in like one of the write-ups that she's the daughter of Harry and Christine. And I'm like, what about your mother who not only worked with Dan for a decade, but like they did have a relationship at one point in the show also. And, there's like a whole thing there. Like at some point you got to say, did you not learn anything from your mother? You didn't learn anything about, like, you're talking about how you learned how to be compassionate.
We don't know who her mother is. Yeah.
Well, they haven't mentioned it in the show. I've only seen it in a synopsis. So I'm wondering if maybe they wrote that out.
Or too early.
Or is it too early? Or are we going to find out?
Stop reading synopsis about,
I guess.
About Night Court reboots.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to change it to aliens.
I don't even remember, like, Harry and, like, it's been a long time. I don't even remember if Harry and Christine, like, they were an item on Night Court. I don't even remember
At the end. That's how the show ends.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think it ended when I was like, okay, I've seen enough Night Court.
I watched a lot of Night Court.
Right.
I watched a lot of Night Court.
I love Night Court. That was probably my favorite show of the 80s.
That's where I learned about horny guys at Night Court.
Mm-hmm.
Night from John Larroquette.
Yep. And I did watch the 90s show the whole season.
What?
I did. I watched all 10 episodes of that 90s show.
Why?
They're only like 22 minutes long. It's not like I sat through that much.
But what? So obviously you watched that 70s show.
Yes.
Then
I watched probably like the first 5 seasons of that 70s show. I did not watch all 9 seasons of that. I kind of outgrew that 70s show.
Well, yeah, I mean, it went through cast changes and everything towards the end too. I think that's what everybody did with that 70s show.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
So what made you want to go back to the basement here?
I think it was, honestly, it was something to put on. I've mentioned this before. I like to put on something that I don't have to think about while we're eating dinner. And it became a good, like, how
about talking to each other about your day?
No, my wife works behind me.
How about your children, talking to your children about their days?
I don't talk to them. And by them, we're all talking.
How about watching actors play children on TV and ignoring the family?
It's not terrible. It's cute. It's okay.
There, like
it's there.
Like the mountains.
Yeah. Again, it's different than Velma in the sense that it doesn't try to be anything more than it is. Like this little bit of like, it's nostalgia for that 70s show, and it's nostalgia for the 90s. It's nostalgia wrapped in a nostalgia blanket. So you're gonna watch this and you're gonna turn your brain off, and for 22 minutes, you're gonna be like, all right, yeah, all right,
Times
and then
10.
it's gonna and you do that 10 times, and then it's over.
Right?
Is Red still mad?
Red is still mad. Yeah,
Okay,
Red
great.
and Kitty are in every episode. So
of course they are. That's the whole selling point of the thing is we brought back Red and Kitty.
Wait, he's dead though.
No, he's not.
The guy actor who plays Red isn't dead.
Kurtwood Smith is still alive.
He is?
Yeah.
Oh wow! I thought he was dead. Holy
star
shit!
Of RoboCop. Yep.
Wow!
Kurtwood Smith.
I was pretty sure he was. The other guy died. Bob Morton, the actor who played Bob Morton, died.
Yes.
I got confused.
But they're still in it, and you got Topher Grace is there and for an episode, and Laura Prepon is there for 3 episodes, and Wilmer Valderrama shows up looking old and creepy looking.
Oh wait, Red has something to say.
Bitches leave.
All right.
So yeah.
What else are you watching?
I watched the hatchet wielding hitchhiker documentary.
I saw that and I thought about watching it, but I felt like it might be a time-wasting trap.
It is a time-wasting trap, but here's where it got interesting. This is why I remembered to put it on. Remember when you were talking about sleepaway camp and towels like not too long ago on this very show? Okay. Do you remember my story when I went to sleepaway camp and there was the sports guy?
Yeah,
the head of the sports.
He told you to go home.
Yeah,
or you don't belong here.
Yeah, you don't belong here.
So one of the women that exploited the hatchet wielding hitchhiker, not realizing that he was a psychopath, is the daughter of that guy.
You're kidding.
No.
What?
And I'm watching this documentary and I go, that woman looks so familiar. How do I know her? And then her name popped up on the screen and I literally fell off the couch. Because
well, maybe
she's
I need
not married,
to watch it now.
So it had, she had her same last name. And I'm like, holy crap. She almost got killed by the hatchet wielding hitchhiker.
Is the movie good?
Or whatever, the hatchet wielding, whatever
hitchhiker.
he is.
That's right.
That's right.
Is it good? Should I watch it or no?
It's not bad. Do you know the whole story?
I know.
You should watch it.
Okay.
It's short. It's not like a series. It's just the one
and
hour and a
done.
half.
Okay.
Yeah, thing. And you find out
some cool
everything.
Stuff. Okay.
Yeah, like you find out about how exploitive people can be without doing an iota of research if they think that they're going to get something out of it.
Sure. Okay, I like that concept. That interests me.
And that's really what it's about. And it's freaking scary that someone will just like pop up on TV and it's like, you know,
no spoilers.
Hey, I'm a good guy. I saved these people. And it's like, all right, let's make you a star. Let's put you on Jimmy Kimmel. Right. And then, you know, then
he makes a duty somewhere.
And then.
All right. What else we got here? I watched this new series. I think it's new. It's called Irma Vep. It's on HBO. It's really like a series about actors. It's about a popular actress who's filming a TV series in France, and it's like a remake of some like classic vampire thing. But it's basically like a behind the scenes look at like famous. You would probably like. Well, I don't know, Wombat. You like that type of, you know, industry, like movie making industry stuff. But it might be just a little too dry. Like the writing is really good. They sound like real people talking to each other, but there's not that much going on. But it's very, very interesting how they flash back to like the original series that's being remade here. There's like a lot of artistic merit to what's going on, and there's sex in it. It's good. It's lesbians and nudity and sex. It's called Irma Vep, and it's on HBO. We've watched the first 2 or 3 episodes, and we like it. That's what we're watching now. Should we do some new releases?
Sure.
Are there any? Forspoken came out.
Yes.
That's the big release, I believe.
That is a PlayStation 5 only? It's not on the PlayStation 4. It's on PC, though? Or yes.
I'm looking on Metacritic because I have
it's
not been keeping up.
It's on PC and it is on the PlayStation 5. It is, I believe, divisive is a nice way to put it.
68% is where we are on the Metacritics.
I'm going to say that makes it divisive.
It's right in that yellow zone that we always see. The most popular zone.
I'm not. I mean, are you saying you didn't spend the $70 for this?
I didn't spend the $500 on the PlayStation, and I didn't spend. Yeah, I didn't buy it on PC. No, I mean, I don't know. It's not. I mean, the 68 isn't selling me on it. That's for sure.
You know what I did do? Actually, I didn't even realize that it was going to be on this list, but it's on the PlayStation 5 portion, but not on the Xbox One portion, which is weird. World War Z Aftermath. The next gen upgrade for World War Z. Okay. I actually downloaded that to check it out, just to play like a quick level.
Is that a Game Pass?
I don't know if it's on Game Pass or not. It was sent to, I want to say maybe all 3 of us like a year ago, maybe more. I forget when the game originally came out, but they had a big patch and upgrade for it, and I'm like, you know what? I'll check that out. It's still not that huge a game, but it's pretty cool to see. Because now I think you could have up to like 200 or 300 zombies on the screen at once, something ridiculous. And I was playing just a quick round, and I don't know if it was that many, but it was pretty cool to see all the zombies clambering up against a chain link fence. And I threw a grenade and I blew up like 30 zombies at once. I mean, that was kind of neat.
Sure.
Yeah, it was satisfying.
And it looks good. The graphics are good.
Yeah, quality. The graphics are good. It's a quality. That's a quality game. That World War Z game, you know, it's a crowded market of those games, those co-op horde mode style games. I know there's a lot of them out there, but that's a pretty good one.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got here? Anything? Bueller?
There is, but we'll get to it later. It's not on this list yet.
It's on a secret list.
It's on a secret. It literally is on a secret list.
Okay, so let's move on to Wombat's Fortnightly News.
So since we did a show last and we discussed it that there was going to be a big Fortnite update.
We did discuss it. I've been thinking about it since the last show.
How'd that go?
It didn't go well.
Oh, no.
Half the new things that they introduced to the game, they actually had to patch out of the game the same day because they broke the game.
Uh-oh.
They did not add any new POIs. They didn't add any new weapons. They only added in like it's a bird, and you can fly the bird to mark enemies on the map.
Like the middle finger?
Yes, it's a big middle finger.
That would be good.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. And they released the Dead Space guy for cash money.
Kevin?
He wanted to play
Isaac.
Isaac.
Oh, I was close.
The guy's name is Isaac?
No,
His
Kevin.
name is
I think.
Isaac.
I think it's Kevin.
No, it's Isaac.
I think it's.
So if you want to play Fortnite as Isaac, you can. I mean,
Nah.
it's not that it's and again, it's even bad Fortnite is still good Fortnite. Fortnite's like pizza, even when it's bad, it's good. But
they got the Lost Planet guy in there yet?
I miss yeah.
Soon. Really
any
running
day
out of
now.
shit when you see that going on. I mean, are people really looking for the Dead Space guy outside of Dead Space? I mean, they're barely looking for him in Dead Space.
Darkness bought him. So.
He's got a problem.
He bought him. I didn't. I did not actually. I
Congratulations.
looked at it and I thought about it, and I have that Xbox credit that I bought before the when it was on sale during Christmas time, and I was like, I guess I could, and I'm like, nah, I don't care enough, and I didn't buy it. So even I passed on Dead Space guy.
I would hope so. You don't care about Dead Space.
No.
You don't even.
Yeah, actually, I enjoy the game.
All right, we've talked too much about Fortnite. We've got a problem. Where's the siren that goes supposed to go off?
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I was trying to just make conversation.
Nobody wants to talk about that.
You know what? People asked me all week if I was going to talk about the Fortnite update. So
and you did, and you did. Promise.
Did
kept.
anyone?
Promise
did anyone
kept.
else watch the? Did anyone else watch the Xbox Developer Direct?
No, it's during the day when I'm working.
Yeah, I know.
I watched it while I ate
after.
dinner. I fast forwarded through all the stuff I didn't want to see, like the Forza stuff. I didn't want to see. I really didn't want to see any of it. I still watched.
Yeah, they showed Minecraft Legends, which is Minecraft with a narrative co-op mode and a PvP mode, which it's a strategy game.
Right. I went right past that one.
Let's see. You have the new Forza trailer from Forza Motorsport. And then the big surprise was they released a game called Hi-Fi Rush, which not only did they show a trailer for it, they released the game on Game Pass this afternoon.
Oh.
Like 45 minutes later. And I played about an hour of it before we did a show.
Me too.
And that's a good game.
I have different opinions about that game.
You didn't like it?
Uh-oh.
I liked it. I think it had a little bit too much in between. Like there could have been a little bit more action.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking maybe that's just the first level. So I'm willing to give it.
I agree. I'm willing to give it a little more time. It's I don't know. It's slow and muted to me. Like so the whole premise around it is that you're attacking to the beat of the music, which at this point I think I've played like 5 games that have done a similar type thing. Right, like
that's only going to be really effective, I feel, if the music is fantastic. And from the clip that I saw, the music was not fantastic.
But you don't like the Black Keys?
I don't know. Was it even licensed music?
Yeah, it has licensed music.
Oh, okay.
It has a mixture of licensed and original music.
Okay, what I saw was very basic, but I only saw a little.
Yeah,
bit.
it starts off with a Black Keys song. But it's also like a really overplayed Black Keys song. Like it's not a like, I don't know.
I don't know any Black Keys songs. I think
it's not Submarines. It's
you would know this
Lonely
song.
Boy.
Yeah, it's Lonely Boy. You would know this song. I guarantee.
Oh, what a lonely boy. That one,
not Andrew Gold.
Oh, I like that one. Bad.
I don't know, the whole thing, like it's a cell shaded type looking thing, so it's trying to look like Jet Set Radio.
Looks like anime.
It actually looks more like a Saturday morning cartoon than it does anime. I think it looks like Kid Video. Captain N.
I just hope it I don't know, picks up or something. I'm an hour in and it's just like, this is not really like.
Did you do the boss fight
for me?
Did you finish the level? Yeah, I finished the level and I was like, okay, it's not terrible. I'm assuming that was just a tutorial and then the next level will actually be more game. Yeah.
I hope so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want it to be less tutorial, a little more, I don't know, maybe a little more like Ratchet and Clanky, maybe. I don't know.
I'm interested to see where it goes because there's exploration, like you're running around and doing stuff. But then when it gets to the fights is where the rhythm-based stuff goes. So it's a bit of a, I don't know, it's hard to pull off that that's not like just like a disconnect of kind of strange gameplay that you're going through. Yeah. But I'll play it a little bit more to see if it clicks.
And if it does, it does. And if it doesn't, it doesn't.
Exactly.
No harm, no foul.
Delete it with extreme prejudice.
Exactly. Are you going to download Redfall when that comes out?
I'm sure I'll try that one as well.
They announced the release date of Redfall. That's the only interesting thing about that.
Well, when is it?
May 2nd.
Oh, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Redfall. Maybe they'll send you, you're going to get a free copy, I think, for your birthday. Congratulations. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
I watched, that's the, the part of the presentation that I was focused on. And I don't know. It looks like we've seen stuff like that before.
We have.
But with vampires now.
Yes, with vampires now. It's like zombies are so 2020. Now it's time for.
I think the problem is we're now mid to late 40s between the three of us.
Mm-hmm. We are. Mm-hmm.
And we've seen every game at this point.
Yes.
Every game. It's like, oh, this is this one.
Dude, I was telling a 12-year-old kid this afternoon. I was trying to explain.
My son.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, that was it. Yeah. That was my explanation was like, I don't know, like the last time I picked up a game was like, oh, okay, yeah, I've never seen something quite like this. And this is really exciting.
Literally,
are you excited? Are you going to play GoldenEye on Friday?
For a little bit, maybe. Yeah. I don't.
My son is having a sleepover on Saturday, and I was thinking of trying to set that up so they could play couch co-op of GoldenEye.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they're going to hate it? Like, are they going to get it, or are they going to be like, this is stupid?
Where's the battle pass?
Yeah.
How can I even understand what's going on here? There's no battle pass.
Mm-hmm. What's an odd job?
This 12-year-old kid I was talking to this afternoon was like, you're old. You don't play games. He's like, your generation doesn't play games. And I was like, no. I've played every game. So like when a new game comes out, because he was asking me, he doesn't have an Xbox or anything, so he was asking me like what Call of Duty is, and I'm like, well, it's the same thing it's been for the last like 15 years. He's like, you say I don't play any? I played every game. Like when a game comes out, it's just a combination of other games. And I was, the kid says, do you think you're better than me because you have an Xbox?
Say yes.
I said yes, but not because I have an Xbox. That kid's going to be better at me in table tennis.
You said yes because
in about 6 months.
Because I'm what?
Because I'm what?
Because you fuck.
No.
You said it like that?
No. Kid hears me cursing all day long at the table tennis place. He doesn't. I don't need to go that far. I'm sure he tells his parents about me yelling fuck and shit every time I make a bad shot.
Nice.
What else? We're still talking. Was that the end of the developer direct? That is.
I think so. Yeah, it was very short. There wasn't much to say about it. I think this Marvel Avengers, the game news, is significant.
Wait, hold on. We're gonna get to that in 1 second. So there was no reference at all to
Starfield,
Space Jam.
No, they're supposed to do a different thing,
but not even like, hey, here's the date.
They said they were going to do a separate thing for them.
I know, but. Not even say, hey, that separate thing is going to be on.
Did. They said, oh, yeah, and by the way. No, they didn't.
Because I feel like.
And then they had the harmonica version of the Jurassic Park theme song playing.
No. I feel like you want the continuity, of like, hey, they don't want that. You want the continuity of like, hey, here are some games that are coming out with some dates. And here's like that other big game. At least here's when you're going to get to hear about it or see it.
I think they said that they were going to have their showcase, right?
When?
Their pre-E3 showcase.
Okay.
That's when they said that the next thing they announced was the whatever summer showcase.
I feel like you should tease that now though, a little bit. But okay, I don't who am I? Nobody.
It's rough out there. There's just not many games still.
I know.
this thing happened. It was called COVID.
I know. I'm sure we know, but it's just it is what it is.
Yes, that definitely happened. But then the new consoles obviously happened as well, and Microsoft bought a lot of studios.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like they got to start.
They're still trying to buy another one. It's so expensive. They had to fire everyone.
Everybody fired everyone.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. So E3, I guess they're saving it for E3. Are you going to E3, Chip? You're in?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I don't.
Somebody asked me recently, and I was like, "Oh, Ben asked me, or somebody asked me," and I was like, "I don't know. I didn't even think about it. I forgot that it was still a thing." I mean, I don't know.
Ben's not going to E3.
No.
He's going to E3.
Right. It's this weekend, actually, in Midtown Manhattan. Go to bit.ly/NYGS128.
Nice.
You can buy tickets. It's going to be good. Marvel Avengers. You were saying there's big news about Marvel Avengers.
Marvel Avengers is ending.
They're going out of business.
Grand
opening, grand closing.
Everything must go. They're going to stop supporting the game. The game will still be playable.
Oh my God.
But
that was so much money they spent.
No more new characters. And on March 31st, the last day of the game, they are going to give away all the cosmetics for free.
It's not the last day of the game.
Well,
the last day that they update the game.
Yeah.
Right.
There will be one final update on March 31st. And with that update, all the cosmetics will be free.
Do we see Hulk crying in that update?
Yeah, you could.
Instead of on the loading screen, instead of him just like clipping through everything,
The crazy thing is there's a lot of skins they released for this game.
I'm sure that's where they hope to make money.
Yeah, and it's going to be, honestly, it's going to be kind of cool to have them all.
Of course.
They
were holding back.
I'm happy with this news because
I'll play it again when I can make my Hulk look like an asshole.
We're playing this afternoon. Like, I found the PS4, I don't know, Super Deluxe Edition at Target for, I don't know, $25 or something around that price range. That came with like all the statues and Spider-Man, because Dashiell's been playing it on Xbox this whole time, and so like it's mind blowing to go like, and now you can play as Spider-Man. Like,
but you got to start over though.
Yeah, but he
doesn't care.
He's playing the same levels over and over again, right? Like he's just doing the
shit
same
anyway.
Like,
Brown.
It's the same, right? Yeah, it's the same. He's playing the game the right way. Mm-hmm. You're just playing the same levels over and over again with different people.
It is funny how like the whole business model of the game is to basically create all these skins, like good skins that you hope people will pay for. Create like so many of them because you basically only like a very small percentage of the people are buying them, and those people probably buy like a lot, like not just one or two, they buy a lot. And then like, so you don't get enough people to play, so no one's buying the skin. Not enough people are buying the skins, so the game goes out of business. Literally, they held back content, and it didn't, and kept it at a premium price. People, not enough people played the game, so the whole business model just collapsed. And now they're giving away all that stuff that they held back, which is a positive.
It's awesome.
For
giving it away, right? They didn't need to do that. They could have said, all right, we're turning off the game.
Sure.
I mean, they intentionally released this game with ugly looking character models because they fully intended on selling better looking character models later.
Yeah. And it's just like it failed. That business model sucks. It fucking sucks in every game.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks. I've been playing Overwatch 2. Like, it's just, I look through the skins. They're $30 each. Like, I would never fucking do that. Pay $30 for a skin. You'll never get a fucking dollar out of me. It's just, it's all depressing. It's all depressing. I think maybe, I don't know if that business model is coming to an end. Have we had enough big failures of that business model yet? Because we've had a few recently. Like, I feel like maybe like that's going to end.
It really depends because again,
change drastically games as service.
The game has to be there, and I feel like that's the big missing piece.
Sure,
is a lot of these big companies, and you saw that with Anthem in all the postmortems you read about that. they're not focused on making a good game. They're focused on everything that comes with the trappings of the live service. They want to sell the skins and the colors and the trails and the logos, and they want to sell all that. So that's what they're basing. They're creating that first, and basically the game second. Marvel's Avengers, the post game, the thing that was supposed to keep you playing, as you just said, it was just standing in brown and punching robots. That's not enough to keep people coming back, because once you stand in the brown and punch enough robots, it's like, okay, well, what else is there? You have to keep it going. It's why, I complain about Fortnite now, because they have consistently been the best at making the game feel new and relevant, and it's 5 years old. They didn't try to make Fortnite 2 like Overwatch did. They're just like, no, here's our new island. I think Apex does the same thing. It's like, nope, just a new island. Now it's a new island. So you don't have the old. So that's Fortnite 2. We're just going to move the whole game to a new engine. So it's going to look better than it's ever looked before. Right. You're not going to lose anything. We're not going to change anything, but we're going to make changes so the game feels new, because it's about the game first and the skins, not the skins second, because it's like, and the skins like 1.5. If the game is number one, the skins are 1.5. But still, at least they have I feel like the priority needs to be right. It needs to be the game first and the sales second. And if the games are good, the sales will come. Oh, yeah. There you go. I spoke my piece.
Rest in peace.
Not getting She-Hulk and Captain Marvel, apparently.
No, if you want to play, you want She-Hulk, you got to play Marvel Snap. Which is another game that kind of actually does that the same way, but on the phone.
What else? What are you playing?
I bought a game since our last show.
What? You never buy a game.
I know. Where's the receipt? I paid money and I bought a game that was recommended to me by one of my co-hosts. Not cheapy.
I don't like anything.
I bought Rogue Legacy 2 because I enjoyed Rogue Legacy 1. Mm-hmm. And I heard that the second one was more of that, but better. Mm-hmm. And that game is more of that, but better. And it's a lot of fun. And it's a great little game to play in short bursts. It was on sale. So I think it was on sale for like $18. And technically it was 20% off of that because I used my Xbox credit. So I'm like, you know what? For $15, you'll get your value out of that. I'll get my value. Exactly. I like the house rules.
Mm-hmm.
I like that if I want, I'll play, if I want to play a couple of rounds normal and die a lot and try to get some golden upgrade. And then maybe I'll go on a tear and turn on the house rules just to see what else is there in the game because I'm bad at it. I like that option is there. I like that I could do both. So, and you don't really get punished for it. And the upgrades are fun, and the different types of characters are cute, and the names and the dumb abilities with it's a game that doesn't take itself too seriously in a style of game, a rogue style game, which usually takes itself too seriously. So,
glad you're enjoying it.
I am. Thank you.
I've been playing on Game Pass. I've been playing Death's Door. I don't know if either of you have ever played this.
Is that the one where you play as the crow?
It is.
I played some of that because people were really excited about it, and I don't know, it didn't grab me.
It's pretty good. I can see why you didn't stick with it. It's a little bit of a slow grind there, and it's very, I don't know. The combat and kind of the mechanics are very pattern based and scratch that itch for me of like, oh, I can figure out the patterns here and solve the puzzles and use my different combos and be a crow. Yeah.
With a sword.
Or I have like a big hammer axe thing now.
I don't think I got past the first area. Jay Bizzletron in the chat says it gets great once you get past the first area.
Yeah. It still has slow parts, and there's parts that, like, if you're not paying attention, you'll have to replay a significant amount of the game again because of the way you it dies and respawns enemies. It does keep like any doors or ladders that you've opened up to like get to the shortcuts after you die, so it's forgiving. There is some areas like I didn't play it for a couple nights and I had to like go look. I'm like, where in the world am I supposed to be going after?
I think I got that even in the first area, like maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm just about done with it. It's not too long of a game, I don't think.
It seems like it's right up your alley. That type of situation.
It's good. It's on Game Pass. I like it.
I'm still playing Overwatch 2. I'm playing comp mode now, like, to see where I rank up because I'm so good at Lucio. Not that good, but I'm trying to be good. But I'm also not
$30 on any new skins.
I'm not buying. I have all the good skins, and I checked. Like, they didn't even really add many. I don't think they added new skins, or not too many with Overwatch 2. Like, I was expecting like a ton of new skins, but like it's the same old shit. It's weird. It's like they're not even trying to make money. But I don't know. It's the same tried and true Overwatch gameplay. When like you're gonna play, if you want to play for 20 minutes, the match is gonna take about 20 minutes. So you can do that and then go do something else. I thought that we had to talk about the woke Xbox stuff that's on Fox News.
I saw that.
Yeah, you sent that to us in the chat.
Yes.
And that's just like...
Oh, yeah. I did send that to you in the chat.
The complaint is that Microsoft has an option on the Xbox that you can check off so that it'll use minimal power when you're not using it and like do updates in the middle of the night or whatnot. And the people on Fox News who are saying that Microsoft is being political by teaching your kids about climate change or some shit, like some fucking nonsense like that. Meanwhile, just fucking free advertising for Xbox.
And it's also that's not even what the point of the energy saver mode is.
To save you money on electricity, on your electricity bill.
It's to keep your electric bill down. I thought everyone knew that. It's amazing how they would spin that. I can't with these morons. The only thing worse than those morons are the morons that believe them.
I feel like they must have a guy in the newsroom who's like, all right, we need like some story about how video games are bad. Just like come up with something. And people are pitching stuff like, oh, how about the Xbox is woke now because it's teaches you about climate change. Go run with it. Meanwhile, I don't think it's that only helps Microsoft.
And that's not what woke means anyway. That's not even what woke means.
I don't know. It means that you care about people, right? Isn't it?
No, it just means that you recognize the existence of racial injustice.
My Xbox doesn't recognize anything.
Yeah, that's what woke means. So unless when you turn on your Xbox, it says it teaches you the history of slavery, and Jim Crow, and the civil rights movement and red line districts. Unless that happens when you turn on your Xbox isn't woke.
That's where we're going first these energy saving modes.
To turn it on and be like, did you know that Long Island made their highways too narrow? So Black people couldn't buy houses and commute to Long Island.
Yes.
And yeah, because buses.
That game's coming to Game Pass soon, I heard.
Yeah. Yeah. I would like that. The woke game. History.
Then Fox could at least have something,
then they can complain.
About. Yeah. Now they're just making nonsense.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was funny.
I thought so.
Let's do some CAG bag.
Yeah.
And then we can do some sleeping in the sleeping bag, aka the bed. At 8BitJer writes in 8BitJer because his name is Jeremy. Chibi, what would bring you back to gaming? You've said on numerous occasions that you're losing interest at this stage of your life. Well, it's just what we were talking about before. Like everything is so derivative of one another that like it's just hard to get excited about stuff because we've been there, done that. And certainly, COVID is part to blame because it shut everything down, but it's not my fault. What can I do about it?
I think that the industry as itself has sort of lent itself to finding one game you really enjoy and kind of sticking with it.
Yes.
For you right now, it's Overwatch. I know it was Apex, but it's
it goes
also
back
like
and forth. It's not a
Yeah.
lot of time that I'm spending on either, but it's, yeah, you're right. I feel like a lot of people, especially like our age, lock in on one or two games and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean little things don't trickle in like a Midnight Suns, but outside of that, it's going to be all Fortnite all the time in this house.
And I think maybe older people don't want to like learn, even though, but the games are so similar. Like they don't even take a long time to learn.
It's not even that. It's just, it's like, okay, I have this. I have all my stuff here. I know what I'm doing. It's comfortable, and let's go play.
That's doesn't interest me at all. Like I want new experiences and playing new games. That's why I hop around from stuff so frequently. I almost finished High on Life, but then I got to the last level and the game won't load. It just stays on a loading screen forever.
You got to wait for the new voice actor patch.
Is that what it is? I'm waiting for that.
Wait, what happened?
Justin Roiland is out at Squanch Games.
Right.
Oh, did he get canceled? Did he get
Yeah,
Me Too'd?
he got canceled. And it's a real issue though, because he voiced not only the main characters there and the main characters in Rick and Morty, but a lot of the minor characters too.
Wait, what did he do?
You just have to Google Justin Roiland minor, and you'll see all that list of characters.
Wait.
I saw that joke earlier today.
I know. It's a good joke. I'm gonna steal it for our show.
What did he do? What's this?
He was apparently sexually harassing women, and once that came out, it also turned out that he was sexually harassing minors as well. So yeah,
like over the internet, or
allegedly
in person or over the internet.
Both. I'm going to say
you can be more efficient if you use the internet.
Allegedly both. I don't want to get sued by this
by
the Rick and Morty guy.
He definitely needs your money.
Yeah. So allegedly both.
Wow.
All right. He was fired from Rick and Morty, and he stepped down from Squanch Games. So.
All right. We lost another one in gaming. These a lot of gaming. Well, we didn't lose them, but gaming is losing a lot of people who behave badly. Just like,
give us some new games.
Right. They can all get together maybe and come up with something new that will boycott.
No, I'm saying that the people that replaced them could give us some new games. Something fresh. Something. There's just not even just doesn't seem like there's that many different categories of games anymore.
Yeah.
So
it's true.
Because everyone wants to find their Fortnite. They think that there's some formula, and it's not that easy, or their destiny.
I think that's what I'm thinking. Maybe that thinking is going away now when we've seen these big profile failures.
I want to say you're probably right. I'm not saying we're not going to see those types of games ever again. My hope would be is that if we are going to see them, that more thought is put into it.
I think that's probably the lesson that the companies will take away from this, because it was just so much money. It wasn't just like these were high profile games because people were anticipating them. It was, they put was it 150 million into Avengers? I mean, that ain't nothing. And
it was not only that, but also they also released Outriders the same year, which is another game where they tried to do the same thing, where it's like, just make the game.
Make a game. How about making a game and it has a start and a finish, and we pay $60 for it, or it's on Game Pass?
Well, I mean, that was the thing last year when Elden Ring came out and kicked every other game's ass.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just make a game that's playable, and that game was, sort
Harry
of
Potter's going to be that way, right?
I'm not a Harry Potter fan in the slightest, but
yeah,
when I look at the clips of the game, my thought is if I'm a Harry Potter fan, this game looks fucking incredible. It seems like they spent a fortune on it and really made a realistic looking Harry Potter game. But there seems to be a lot of pushback on that.
I can't
cursory things around the game.
But it's
in good conscience, I will not be playing nor saying the name of that game.
The game that should not be named.
It's the game that shall not be named.
Isn't it the best-selling game on Steam?
It was. I don't know if it still is.
I think it is.
I mean, is that saying much though for end of December? I don't know.
but it's not end of December.
Well, that's when it was.
No, I think it still is.
Okay,
Let's
whatever.
see. I'm going to look right now.
I guess the question is,
yep, it is number 1.
What's the competition? Like, what's
Dead
number
Space,
2?
Counter-Strike, the free to play. It's all free to play games.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what else is there?
Apex Legends, Dead Space. Yeah, Destiny.
There's not much else. That's my point.
It's all free play games.
Yeah, there's it's number 1 in a pool of 1.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm curious to see what happens when the game comes out. When's it coming out?
I don't know.
Soon,
Next
right?
month?
I think it's soon.
I'm gonna
It's
look
like
it up.
next month or something, I think.
It's February 10th.
That would be next month.
That's very soon.
Cool. See what happens.
Yep.
I don't have an opinion on that game. In case you're wondering, do what you want. That's what I say. Shipwreck, you gonna check it out? You're not really a Harry Potter guy.
His wife is.
I really, my wife is.
Oh, okay.
I really enjoyed the movies.
You did?
They're well done movies.
They're mixed on those movies.
Yeah, they're long too. So long.
Parents are bad people, and they know he's being abused. They know Harry's being abused, and they still send him back home.
Builds character.
I mean, really. That's like, isn't that against the law?
Also, it's like a recipe for making like an evil wizard, I feel.
Yeah, like you know that his parents are not like mentally and adopted aunt and uncle are physically and mentally abusing him
to
the point where you had to like send a giant to bring him to the school, and yet when the school year ends, you're like, all right, Harry, off with you, off with you, go back.
I hope you don't go to the dark side.
Yeah, have fun living under the cupboard, not eating and getting punched in the face by the big fat British guy. Enjoy that life. Enjoy your summer, you stupid bastard.
To him, he's just a big fat guy, you know.
Yeah. You stupid
I'm good with
bastard,
that part.
Harry.
I'm good with that part. That doesn't bother me.
How about when they like have games where it's like, all right, now you're all gonna go drown, and whoever drowns first is the loser.
What game is that?
That was in is that the 4th movie?
I don't remember that.
Robert Pattinson dies because he drowns first, because he's the worst at, I don't know, staying underwater until you drown, which was the point of the game in the movie.
Not my type of game.
Sit underwater until you die. And if you die first, you lose.
They're wizards. They're not the most morally bound.
Exactly. What the fuck kind of school is that? Shit school.
It's a wizard school.
Where's math class? Hey Harry, I see that you can make a deer out of leaves. What's 2 + 2, you dumb bastard? Go back to your fat uncle.
Would you play this game if your library had it and you just were walking there? Why not? The people who made the game are fine, and like,
no,
maybe
I'm waiting for them to release a statement, and they haven't yet.
Oh, what kind of statement are you waiting for?
They would have to denounce, like full on denounce.
What do you mean?
They would have to say,
give me an example of what the statement would say. Just like a few sentences.
Add WB and EA because this is like a joint effort between the two of them.
Okay.
Denounce the recent statements, because she said something as recently as yesterday.
Okay.
She says something every day.
Yeah, she's got nothing else to do.
Denounce the recent statements by J.K. Rowling, and we support all transgender people, and basically something along those lines. They would have to denounce the words of J.K. Rowling and fully commit to transgender rights.
What does that even mean?
You literally just have to say it.
And that would do a lot for you.
I think that would do a lot for a lot of people.
I feel like that's nothing, and they could easily do that.
But they won't. They're trying to play. They're both sidesing it right now.
What's the what? They think they're going to lose the license if they say something?
I don't know.
Like that?
They're really leaning into the both sidesing of, people have opinions. I'm like, you don't get to have that opinion. You don't get to tell.
Well, that person can still have that opinion, and you can say that.
No, they can't. The problem is that having that opinion, not every opinion is right.
But I'm saying you can have the opinion and say that opinion, I don't agree with that opinion, and we denounce that opinion. And in which case you said that would be okay.
It's not saying that I don't agree with that opinion. You have to full on denounce.
I feel like they could do that. I feel like they
wrong.
I feel like that would be a good strategy for them to do that, and it would cost them nothing. And why not? And if that would help, if you think that would help, you should write them a letter. No, I don't. I mean, I don't know that people would care really. I think that maybe not be enough.
If they did that, the internet would explode that day.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
I feel like that's not that big of a deal. Okay.
Fox News did a whole thing on the Xbox have it shutting off automatically. You don't think they would they would lose their shit if EA came out and said trans rights are human rights?
Right. All right. Can you explain one more thing for me? Because
Yes.
I refuse to look it up, but I know that something happened. M&M's did something, and they had to I don't know. They put shoes on the M&Ms, and
so I had to look this one up too, because even I was like, "What?" Okay, so they were doing this whole thing, women M&Ms. I don't know, women empowerment M&Ms.
So
the package was just all the female M&Ms that we know and love, like the green M&M.
Who even knows? Okay, go on.
Yeah. And then they said, and now there's the new purple M&M.
Okay.
And the shoes that they put the purple M&M in were more like a white Doc Marten style shoe.
Different shoes than the other M&Ms.
Yeah, it wasn't high heels.
Okay. This was a woman purple M&M, but she wasn't wearing high heels like all the other women M&Ms.
Right.
Okay, got it.
Making the M&M not sexy or appealing to men. And I'm using
men don't like Dockers. They only like high heels.
I don't know. I know that my daughter, I'll go back. My cousin gave my daughter her Docs from the 80s, and it's her favorite pair of shoes. These old broken in pair of Doc Martens that she got from my cousin that are
she'll never be an M&M.
Yeah, so my daughter clearly can't be an M&M. I don't know what that means.
So the complaint was they are taking away the femininity from the M&Ms by changing the shoes.
M&Ms, yes.
And that's bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. For some reason it's bad because the M&Ms are woke now.
Mm-hmm.
And then so
no more
the
male gaze.
So now no more cartoon M&Ms. They've canceled all the cartoon M&Ms, and now it's Maya Rudolph.
Is she sexy or not as sexy as M&M?
I don't know. I mean,
what am I supposed to think? I'm so confused here sexually. What am I supposed to do?
Maya Rudolph in Idiocracy. It's pretty hot in that movie.
I think the idea is just fuck you guys. Here's a person.
But now
it's her problem.
They're gonna bring them back,
right?
Like kids, like you're selling M&Ms to kids,
right?
And kids,
horny kids, apparently,
right? Kids like
beating off the M&M characters, high heels.
They don't care about that. They don't recognize that part.
No, of course not. They like
just
cartoons.
See the commercials are funny, and they're talking about getting eaten. We're pro cannibalism,
right? Eat me.
Right,
eat me. I'm an M&M and a cartoon.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Well, I hope they figure that out over at Mars.
Yeah, it's a big problem.
Yeah.
All right, last question. Big Mike.
How many meetings have they wasted on this?
Holy shit! So many man hours and money because they had to hire Maya Rudolph.
Do you think they'll get Paul Thomas Anderson to direct the commercials?
Oh my god, so ridiculous.
Punch-drunk M&Ms. I'd watch that.
Big Mike writes in, how hyped is Ship and Dash to watch the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 30th anniversary special on Netflix in April?
We're appropriately hyped. We'll watch it.
Okay. Not super hyped, but reasonable amount of hype.
I mean, they've done other things where they've brought all the generations of Power Rangers together, right?
Do they all come together into one big Power Ranger?
No, they just all battled together. Right.
That's not as good. It'd be cool if they could connect them all together.
So this will be, we'll watch it. I'm not sure how excited Dash will be about it because they're old, right? I'm not sure.
Is he ageist?
It's just I don't know. He's going to recognize them to an extent. If I tell him oh yeah, that's the original. And he's like, All right, I guess so.
Don't look like that guy anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that anymore. So we'll watch it. It's cool that they're doing it. It's weird that not all of them are like Kimberly's not in it, I guess, and that was the whole thing on the internet. I don't know. They
just want to deal with that shit.
Yeah, I think that was what the
There's probably no money in it, and you don't want to deal with that shit.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll give it a go. Why not?
Cool. All right. I think that's it for this week's show. Don't forget to go to Ben's weed event, bit.ly/NYGS128. That's the date, January 28th. Not just a string of random numbers. That would be dumb. That's it. We'll see you next week.
Red's done.